Welcome back to another video. The last video was about straight piping with John Deere 160, and it sounded okay. I don't think it was getting enough. I don't think it was letting out enough air. I think some of the welds got into the exhaust, and I used most of this kind of stuff. It's not very wide, which kind of makes it sound a little bit more high pitch. So today, I'm going to replace all this. There'll be a couple pieces of this in there, but most of the exhaust is going to be made out of this, which will give it a deeper sound, and it'll be probably a little bit louder. Could be, I'm not sure. And then I'll replace the piece that sticks straight out into the bottom with this, so we get a little bit of a wider opening, and it's already bent, so I don't need to make no sharp turns or anything. So let's get that replaced. If you haven't seen the video already, then this is the tractor, John Deere 160, and I put this pipe on there and took off the muffler, and it goes all the way back to that. So what I'm going to do is that bigger pipe I showed a little bit ago, we're going to put, instead of having this thinner stuff, we're going to replace it with that wide stuff from all the way, hopefully up from here all the way to the back of here, and this pipe will still be on there. Just needs some redoing right here. And then that pipe that was already bent will go probably about right into there, because these angles are way too sharp for an exhaust. And I assume on this one that this angle was kind of wider than the thickness or the width of the pipe flat, so I assume some weld got in there, and it doesn't have much air to let out, so we're gonna replace that with a wider pipe. Anyway, let's get right into it. this welded together. And we'll meet you back when it's on the tractor. Here's the John Deere after its transformation. That's the exhaust. It goes all the way out to the back. There's a piece holding it to the frame so it does not fall. Let's hear what it sounds like. Sounds way, way better. That's a keeper right there. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see better and better content.